This scarf right here has a spirit in it right here. My ring got a spirit in it too. I gave him the right food, but I added one extra seasoning that he didn't like, and then he cut me to the white meat.
Time is the biggest sacrifice you can get to these spirits, no matter what sector of spirituality you're working with.
I've had my leg literally be paralyzed.
Damn.
I couldn't move it or nothing. Haitian voodoo is all about getting results. It's all about bettering your life.
All right, what's up, Art Stars? It's Damon Chambers from firstbornart.com. I'm here with Gwo Bout, Djab. We about to talk
Yep.
about Haitian voodoo, running a spiritual business, and some more things. So can you please introduce yourself, brother?
Okay, well then, as you said, my name is Gwo Bout Job, and that is Haitian Creole for Big Uncle Devil or Big Brother Devil. So either or, but to make it easier for everybody to pronounce and remember,
Mm.
you just call me Wolf. And well, I've been in the practice of Haitian voodoo for about 3 years or 3.5 years, and I am a Bokor, which means that I was not initiated into the practice, but the spirits and Haitian voodoo still walks with me.
So you said something important, the not initiated, and a lot of people think you need to be initiated and this and that. So what's your take on that?
In my personal opinion, I agree, because just because you are initiated into Haitian voodoo doesn't mean that you are meant to actually practice and work these spirits. Like how I work these two spirits right here to like help out clients and stuff. Everybody isn't meant to do that. Like for example, you may run across someone whose life is just in complete shambles. Their life is horrible, and then the only way it'll get solved is for them to either start serving a spirit or for them to be initiated, and then that's it. They may learn the secrets of Haitian voodoo, but they may not ever work for a client in their life. They may just serve on spirit, and that's it. Whether you work a spirit or not, everybody serve a spirit, and by serving, I mean you like feed them, give them money, pray to them, talk to them. I won't say the Christian way, but have
Definitely
a
not Christian.
just having a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the with it. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big and bad you think you are. If you ain't praying and talking to these spirits, you not a real voodoo on.
Mm-hmm. Time is the biggest sacrifice you can get to these spirits, no matter what sector of spirituality you're working with.
Yeah, exactly. And then these lobos will tell you my own selves. They could care less about the money, the food and stuff, because of course they understand that like they're like with right now with the economy and in everything. They understand times tough, so that if you can't give them something, they would be more like lenient on it. But one thing for sure, whenever you do get the chance to give them they shit.
Mm-hmm.
I take it from personal experience, they will you up.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing like whether at least not with the spirits that I serve.
Mm-hmm.
They may cut you down to the white meat where you see where they did where one spirit did right there. I had to get stitches. I gave him the right food, but I added one extra seasoning that he didn't like, and then he cut me to the white meat. It can get very wicked. But that's not to say that these spirits are evil or crazy. It's just that's their temper. And then of course we know this before we start serving them. So we can't call it evil if we knew and then we signed up for it.
Mm-hmm. Nor can y'all be surprised.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we about to get into some
Once again, that's why with these spirits, they teaching me to slow down and basically learn how to tame the fire instead of like getting rid of the fire in general. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
they always tell me you don't need water to balance out fire. You need a firefighter to like tame it or to calm it down. But to get rid of a fire completely is to get rid of the soul, because we all know the soul is fire. So to
Mm-hmm.
get fire is to get rid of the soul, and then of course without no soul, what are you?
When did your spirituality start? I know you just mentioned that you've been a voodooizan for about 3 years, but I know in our phone call you was mentioning how it took you a minute to get to this point because you was looking over here, looking over there. So when did your
Right.
spirituality like come online?
It came online around 2020, and that was when I had first had got into hoodoo. And matter of fact, this was right after I had graduated high school, because during my senior year of high school, I really started questioning like Christianity, why is things this way and that way. And then eventually I just became more bold and like saying I'm not Christian anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my city, that was a big shocker because there isn't nobody in my city who is like not Christian. The only other religion I would say is the Hebrew Israelites, but to say like a ATR type of tradition, that is like literally not heard of in my city at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Can you clarify your age and what city you from?
I'm 23 and I'm from Monroe, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small city in Washington Parish. It's about 30 minutes from Shreveport.
Okay, so you kind of just started with the hoodoo, and what was after that?
I started with hoodoo, but then it's like I was being judged too much for having such a strong, fiery get back type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I do alone, and then I went to the Sangomas, which are the shamans in the Zulu tribes. And then from there, I feel like I was calming myself down too much. So I went from there, and then I went back to hoodoo, and then and then from hoodoo I went to EFI. But with EFI, the timing that I was on, they didn't really believe in that. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh nah. And so after that, I kept on dreaming of Metcalfu, actually, not Papa Legba. Because everybody get Papa Legba and Metcalfu confused. But see, some people say they are brothers and some say they not. So it really just depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started dreaming of Metcalfu, his name translates to the master of the crossroads. He's the reason why any magic in Haitian voodoo gets accepted or denied. It don't matter if it's negative magic or good magic. If he don't accept it, it ain't happening.
Mm.
And so I kept on dreaming of him. And so I was wondering who this spirit was. And so I started asking around. And then people started telling me that's a very powerful and dangerous spirit and Haitian voodoo. And so that's when I had went and got me on court reading to find out which spirits walk with me. And then when I started telling them about my dreams and stuff, they told me that fits right aligned with the Bokors. And so I was like, okay, that was the first tradition that I've heard of that had accepted people being not demonic but on that real life gangster shit.
Mm-hmm. Like real Mars, fiery energy.
Ever since then, I've been with Haitian voodoo, and honestly, I do not regret it. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't change nothing in the world.
You mentioned the court reading. I want to touch on that for a second. Can you talk about the importance of a court reading?
But the
I
importance.
got my first one last summer, and that just stepped my spirituality up as far as directions.
Okay, so the importance of a court reading, at least of course in Haitian voodoo, because I can't speak from the other tradition, but in Haitian voodoo, it's probably the most important reading you will ever get because every spirit that shows up is a spirit that's been with you since before you was born. You could have inherited these spirits from your mother, your father, your grandmother, whoever, and these spirits are usually the ones who going to be with you for life. Like your court can actually change, but it's some spirits in your court that won't change, and these spirits are like your actual family now. But now you can go out and like serve a spirit that's not in your court, but it's like you choosing a stranger over your family. It's just not right.
Mm-hmm.
Still do it, but of course, like I said, it ain't right.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I never knew your court could change.
Yeah, but the only spirit that listen won't ever change is what we call your metet,
Mm-hmm.
which means your head spirit or the ruler of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's similar to how in E5 they have, I think it's called the Ori
Yeah, the
or
OE.
your Orisha.
Yeah.
It's the same thing just with Haitian voodoo.
The only thing with E5 really fuck was the OD stuff, but I think you have like two Orishas, one for your head, one for your feet.
And then you got the your parents, and then I think it's your hands too.
I don't really want to speak on something I don't know about because
Exactly.
they be
Yeah.
real particular and
hmm But now, but I'll tell you this: when it comes to your med tech, never reveal your med tech
mm-hmm,
because there are people who know how to sit down your med tech, and by that they can put that spirit to sleep. And then if that spirit is put to sleep, they can your whole life because your med tech it's like your control room. It's
mm-hmm.
like a sensor. And then if the control room is down, shit, they can make you do whatever you want. It's like you almost like a zombie, or they can just shut down every other spirit that walks with you. And then of course you walk around without protection.
No defense. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why, in my personal opinion, it's okay if you don't know your med tech actually, because who's to say you may slip up one day and then tell somebody who your med tech is, and then a person knows how to sit it down.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know it, then of course it's a very lower chance of you telling your actual med tech.
Yeah. So it sounds like that court reading pretty much changed your spirituality for the most part, or just gave
It,
it
it,
more direction.
Yeah, the best way I can say it really gave a lot of answers to a lot of that I was questioning, like, oh, why am I like this? Why do certain things happen in my life? Why am I good at certain skills and not other skills?
Mm-hmm. Yup. Your court reading is gonna reveal all that. It gives you a better insight into yourself, kind of like a damn birth chart. If you like writing, you probably got Tahuti in your court. You know,
It's,
you probably got this spirit in your court, so it
hmm
helps you understand yourself more. You had said something about the fan bases of certain spirits and how they can be like the fan bases of rappers the other
Oh
day.
yeah, oh yeah,
Like
like
how the followers of a certain spirit can be like just
annoying.
annoying.
It's not the spirit's fault, of course. It's the people,
Yeah.
like the Papa Legba, the Bawon Samdi.
Oshun.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. These are all powerful spirits, but ain't no way all y'all are children of these spirits. And then I've been seeing some people talking about they are that spirit re incarnated. And I'm like, what? That's whenever people take that being woke stuff too far.
Mm-hmm. That's that ego.
Exactly, because the ego is needed, but when it gets that too high of a boost, yeah, nah, you got to know how to be grounded. Yeah, because I compare them fans to the fans of NBA YoungBoy. They just, you could be talking about cooking. They'll say NBA YoungBoy better. I'm like, what? We talking about cooking, not rapping. Where is this coming from?
Like motherfucker, I don't even think young boy even eat. God damn it.
Hey, I will tell you this. That nigga with some Wu lady too.
He got some nigga in his crew named Baba. I think Baba with Ifa or like
Yeah, oh yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've
some
heard before.
man niggas be mixing Islam and Ifa to niggas be on some other shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's becoming too damn common now. I've noticed that.
Especially down here in Atlanta.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't mix it. They don't mix Islam and Ifa, but it be like some street nigga ism with Ifa and blood, and
Yeah.
they be like, "Oh, I'm Ishu because I'm two faced it."
And then I'm like, bro, dude, you not know how SU is? That nigga really don't have a lot of actual children. Yeah, he don't have a lot of children compared to the other Orishas. Him and Obatala don't.
Mm.
I won't say SU is like Satan, but he's that crossing point, kind of like how it is with Metcalfu and Haitian Voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
People think he is both Jesus and Satan because he can either make your life a living hell or make your life heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It's all up to you. And then man, that's how this with Eshu.
All right, so can you talk about how Haitian voodoo differs from Western spirituality or just other spiritual sectors in general? Because the way it differs is very extreme. So can you talk about that, like some of the points of that?
Okay. So a couple of points that I've noticed that makes Haitian voodoo different from probably any other spirituality is it's practical. Like I noticed with a lot of other ATRs, you have to be initiated once again to even really serve these spirits. But like I said, with Haitian voodoo, you don't have to be initiated. These spirits are literally passed down from generation to generation. And then another thing that I've noticed when it comes to Haitian voodoo, I'm not being cocky or nothing, but what other spirituality you heard of actually being used to get their freedom? And you would really never know if somebody actually serving a spirit unless they very open about it like me. But you may come into my home and then I may have like a Catholic saint picture of, let's say, Saint George, which is mainly used for Ogu.
Mm-hmm.
You won't know that I'm serving Ogu because you just see a saint picture. But then the whole time it's a whole low out there ready. If you want some bullshit, he will eat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's also that element of surprise type of thing. And then oh yeah, and then also like this scarf right here. Yeah, this scarf right here has a spirit in it right here. My ring got a spirit in it too. My spirit with my wife right here, Marinette Pye Sech. So we have a lot of ways to, I guess you would say, have a portable altar.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not at home, I can just pull out my scarf, talk to it, and then Marinette, she will hear me. The same thing with my ring. So it's very, once again, practical. It's not you having to do a ceremony here, sacrifice a chicken, do all this that just to have the spirit come talk to you. It's a very adaptable tradition, basically.
So you'll say it's real practical to get some results.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Haitian voodoo, it's a very non-judge. Well, it depends on it depends on who you go to, because the Ugons and Membos, which are the male and female priests and priestess who are actually initiated into it, they I won't say they're more judgmental, but they have more morals. Like a lot of them don't actually believe in doing love work. While me being a Bokor, I believe in it because Haitian voodoo is all about getting results. It's all about bettering your life. If your girl out there cheating on you, but you still love her, you can tie her down to where she won't cheat, or if she even attempts to, her vagina may have like worms, like
Mm-hmm.
found out or something. It's something for everybody in Haitian voodoo. It's a sign for the cool and more love and light people. It's a sign for people like me who more hot and aggressive. It's a sign for the very deep thinkers, the very protective people. It's like I said, it's a sign for everybody. And then at least to us Bokors, we don't care. We're not judgmental. You could be gay. We could give a fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very intricate ATR.
So in our phone call the other day, you had mentioned how you can't just like come up to a random spirit, like how it is with certain sectors of spirituality when it comes to Haitian voodoo. Like if you do, you try to serve a spirit and they don't choose you, like you'll get fucked up. So can you talk about that?
Yeah, okay. So like there are certain spirits who you can, in a sense, I guess you could say buy, and them are called Loa Ashe, which literally translates to a bout Loa. And then with them spirits, you can get them from a Bokor, and like it's like having a contract with a spirit. Like let's say if you have tried to approach Ogu on your own, but he didn't want you to serve him. So you can go to a Bokor who do serve him,
Mm.
and then make a contract with Ogu for certain things, and then you're going to basically receive that spirit's altar, whether it's in a picture, a statue, a machete, a cloth, whatever, and then you can serve that spirit that way. But doing it on your own, I don't recommend nobody doing that. Like for example, even with Papa Legba, I don't recommend nobody even try to like serve him on your own because it's more than one Legba,
Mm.
and people know that it's a Legba in every right. And then that's another thing that a lot of people don't know about Haitian voodoo. there is said to be 21 nations, which means there are 21 groups of spirits in Haitian voodoo.
Mm.
You got you got the Rada, which are the more cool and calm spirits, and they are said to be from the homeland Africa to be exact. And then you got the petrol spirits, which are the hot and the aggressive spirits, and many of them are from Haiti itself that came actually during the Haitian Revolution. And you got like the Congolese spirits who came from the Congos, and they are hot and aggressive too. You got the Bandai spirits, which are the Gede spirits, the spirits of death, like Bawa Samdi, Brigitte, all the zombies, and there are countless other like nations.
Mm-hmm.
So that go back to what I was saying earlier. There is a place for everybody in Haitian voodoo, and that's why there are so many nations. Because everybody has a different personality. Everybody have ancestors that came from a different country. So that's why Haitian voodoo isn't just for Haitians.
Mm.
It's for really anybody who the law choose. But you'll find now there's a lot more Europeans are getting into it, and the Lobos may accept them, but who are we to say who these spirits accept and can't accept?
Yeah.
Like with me, I done met some real white people who got some powerful ass Lobos walking with them, and when I say they don't play about them,
Mm-hmm.
they don't play about them.
What differs from your results now from what you practice from what you started out with, like with the hoodoo? Like, how do your results differ? Pretty sure it's a major difference.
Yeah. Okay, so with hoodoo, I was mainly working with my ancestors, so of course they was more. I won't say slower, but they really was big on think before you act, think before you do this work, think about what would God say and stuff like that. But with Haitian voodoo, we still do believe in God, but the Lowis are said to be like different aspects of God. So
Mm.
I know that like with these two spirits these two spirits right here, they very hot and aggressive, so their work usually manifest fast. Like I've had work manifest in 6 hours,
Wow.
and then other times I've had work manifest in like months.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, they manifest way faster and more aggressive. Like even my work that's not meant to be aggressive, like cleansings, I've had people tell me that when I did cleansings for them, people that was not meant to be in their life just get into a damn car wreck and die.
Mm.
So it can be very aggressive, but that's because, of course, my own energy is very hot and aggressive. Then add that with these spirits energies, that's hot and aggressive. It's like a forest fire.
Yeah.
It's gonna burn everything down,
Yeah.
whether that be a good way or a bad way.
Why the Haitian spirits are more, hot and violent and stuff like that.
In
So.
my personal opinion, I feel like they're more hot and aggressive because a lot of these hot and fiery spirits are, I guess you could say, in tranquil spirits because, like Marinette Pye Sech, her right here, she was an actual human being that was a Mambo during the Haitian Revolution, and many say she was the Mambo that has sacrificed the black pig that had started the Haitian Revolution, and then the French had caught her and then had tied her to a stake and then had burned her alive. But even within that, it's different stories depending on your lineage. Like in mine, she was also pregnant, and then they had cut the baby out her stomach, and then had killed the baby, and then had burned her alive. So then she watched her unborn child die,
Mm.
and then she died her own self. So of course, that brings a lot of hate
Aggression.
and aggression and just fire.
What are your other takes on why y'all spirits are like very violent and hot and aggressive?
I think another reason why is because we don't try to limit them, like how in E5, for example, with all due respect to them, everybody only seems to use Oshun for like love work, fertility, beauty, but they don't know she got a dangerous side to her too. Like they don't embrace every side of every spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But in Asian voodoo, there is a spirit for everything. There is even a spirit that lives in trash.
Mm.
So see, we embrace the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like it's no limits with Haitian voodoo. But now with other ATRs, you will notice there are limits. Like it goes back to initiation even. Like you can't do certain things unless you are initiated. And to me, that is limiting the power of not only the spirits but the practitioner as well, because it's a very money type of tradition. Like it's focused so much on money, which of course shouldn't nothing be free, but to a certain extent, shouldn't everything you have to pay for.
Yeah, it
So
becomes a
yeah,
point where it's too like okay, now you done just let capitalism kind of
exactly.
taint this tradition
Uh,
or ceremony, and
yeah,
now
they as like a cash cow.
yeah, and now people don't even take it serious,
Hmm.
because it's to the point where like it's fucking up the brand, so to speak, because when
Right,
you think of a Nigerian babala, what you gonna think? You gonna think of a
shit.
nigga trying to scam you, like,
Right,
hey,
exactly.
I was
Uh,
drawn to your energy.
right, but of course not all of them scam.
Of
But it's
course,
like that. It's that one apple spoils the whole
yeah,
bunch.
exactly.
Actually, that's been going on a lot too recently with the Haitian voodoo community. You got a lot of these Ugans claiming that they are initiated and this and that whenever they not, and so they go around scamming people. So of course, people thinking that all voodoo is like that. I can't speak, of course, on no other tradition, but with Haitian voodoo, whenever you scam and shit like that, these spirits will eat you, and then when I say eat you, that means they will you, your loved ones, your whole family. Like they gonna make sure it ain't no more like it ain't no other chance of somebody scamming from your lineage.
Mm. So you mentioned Marinette. So what are the signs that she was reaching out to you?
Where like the very first sign that I got, I started smelling charcoal and like a burned wood smell out of nowhere. Whenever I know there isn't burning in the house, the day that I really knew she had wanted me to serve her was that I was taking out the trash can one day, and then I saw this big ass owl poster just staring at me, and then I'm like, oh shit, like nigga, it's me. I'm in your face. A lot of people have never heard of Marinette, but they is familiar with her Catholic saint image, which is Anima Sola. And then after that, I started dreaming of this woman in the Inferno realm. She had the smell of gasoline because that's what she drank. And then like every time I was there, she kept on trying to seduce me in a sense. Like she kept on rubbing all on me and stuff like that. And so then one day I was like, yeah, I'm finna see what she all about. And shit, when I did, shit, we locked in now. We fucking married.
You said she's your wife and mother in the aspect. So can you touch on that?
Right. Okay, so my wife, so for me to even talk about that, I got to speak on even marrying a Loa in Haitian voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
So when you marry a Loa in Haitian voodoo, which honestly I don't recommend to nobody, because when you marry a Loa, it comes with more responsibilities. Like for example, with me with her, on a certain day, I can't have sex, I can't masturbate, I can't flirt. Even if I got a girlfriend, I can't call her babe for the whole day. She can't sleep in the same bed with me. But that's because me and her are we are binded together.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, whenever I die, she going to still be with me. So then they has to do a whole ritual to like separate her from me, because even after death, these spirits, especially ones that you are married to, they are still with you. So when I say she's my wife, I mean that like she's like my, I won't say my provider, but she's like my foundation. Like she the reason why I am so successful, and she's like my Bonnie and Clyde type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I say she is my mother as well, because she nurtures me, she gives me advice. Like how a lot of mothers say that you should find a wife who is just like your mother.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same type of situation.
Okay.
But sometimes people take it literal, and then us
Yeah.
Haitians are known to be very dramatic. Like, because like in Haitian voodoo, with a lot of the marriages, they have actual marriages, like a whole marriage ceremony to where like a certain person will get possessed by that loa. They give their vows to each other. They kiss. They present each other with the ring. They have the whole feast afterwards and them all that.
The whole shebang.
Exactly. Which, of course, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's not needed. Like for me, I did my marriage at home. It wasn't this big old elaborate thing, but also it depends on what spirit it is, because certain spirits are more expensive in a sense. Like with Marinette, she don't care about money. She care more about your attention and your love. But you got other spirits like Ursula Freda. I guess you could say the Oshun of Haitian voodoo. She's
Mm.
very expansive, and she's not. I want to say she's a, but she's that female that is flirtatious as hell. Like she is never set. Like they say, she is never satisfied, but that's a common misconception. She is just always disappointed in what us as humans could have accomplished, and that's why she always crying and never happy. So
So she kind
yeah,
of want us to
she's
reach
like,
our potential, or
yes, exactly.
okay.
And she represents us at our full potential, and that's why she's very luxurious, rich. She's It's a definition of self love and like prosperity.
Mm.
So once again, Oshun in a sense.
Now, are there any mystics and sorcerers, bokors, whatever you want to call it, in your family, or are you like the main one? Like,
When I had my court reading done, the Mambo, which is a Haitian voodoo priestess, told me that my dad's lineage, where I had inherited all of my loas from, was full of Ugons, but I'm the first Bokor in my family. So yeah, yeah. I guess you could say I'm the start of like a new like generation of Bokors, because who's to say that my son won't be one, or my daughter be a female version of a Bokor, because they exist too. I just forgot the name of them, because in really they don't go by a certain title. Like every female, whether they is a female Bokor or a Mambo, goes by Mambo.
mm-hmm.
So it's very like it's harder to know who's a female Bokor than with a male Bokor.
With Haitian voodoo, I noticed there's caskets involved. So, can you talk about the significance and the symbolism of caskets in y'all practice?
Yeah, so a lot of times with the caskets and coffins, of course, they are used, of course, for like the Gede spirits that I had mentioned earlier, like the spirits of the dead, because of course, caskets, I mean, is of course associated with death, but also caskets represents the female womb. Like the female
Mm-hmm.
womb has a power to bring life or take life. So the casket can represent bringing life or taking life. Like with a lot of the Gede spirits, which are the once again the life and death spirits, and even some other petrol spirits, we actually put the money for them type of spirits in that casket to symbolize being buried with wealth. So when you bury with wealth, it's like planting a seed. So the more you bury, the more fruit, aka money, you're going to get back.
Mm.
But also, we have something called it's called a second medulla, which translates to a coffin of pain, and that's used by once again mainly the Gede or some peaceful spirits. That spirit is literally in the casket. Like you can open up the casket, you won't see no doll, no skull, no nothing in there. But then you'll feel like such immense like weight from it, and that's because it once again symbolizes the weight that a female has with the womb. So like you can also use it as a tool for Haitian voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say you want to protect somebody, you can put their picture up in the casket, and then like that symbolizes the mother protecting that person. But if you put somebody's picture up under the casket, that represents like all the pain and of that spirit crushing down on the person, and that can potentially kill them, bring harm to their life and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very symbolic of life and death once again, but mainly it's very symbolic of the womb. So you'll find a lot of the more feminine spirits use it than the males, but the males can use it too. It's just more common with the feminine spirits and mainly the ones that are mother. And then another thing, they are mainly used by the Sampuelo in the Bizango societies, which are the more secret societies. The ones that come out at night. They'll shapeshift. Like they are the stereotypical witches in America.
Okay. Yeah, so y'all spirits do have something to do with like shape shifting.
Right. Once again, Marinette, her right here, she is called Mama Lugawu in Haitian culture. A Lugawu is a mixture between a witch, a vampire, and a werewolf. Like they shed their skin at night and then they fly at night to drink the blood of people, but they mainly drink the blood of newborn children.
Mm.
But they can also be a gad, which is Haitian Creole for a guard and a very protective spirits, but they are very shunned upon because of their reputation of killing children. But like we said earlier, that just they energy, that's just what they known for.
So, what are the significance of dolls in y'all practice? I know you mentioned that, and I've seen some pictures.
Okay, so with dolls, it's just like really any other tradition. It can represent a spirit. We can use it to do work, but really, we really don't use voodoo dolls as what social media and Hollywood thinks. Nah, we really don't use dolls. But a lot of times, it's used to represent the female spirits.
Okay.
Yeah, because of course, all females love baby dolls, so like get a doll and then make it look like that spirit, and then that spirit will live in that doll. Just like with statue basically. It's the same thing, just a different process.
Yeah. The thing about y'all spirituality is so different from Western practices.
Right.
Even y'all masonry. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you know anything about y'all masonry, but even the Haitian Freemasonry is very different. Like I think y'all be working with the clip off spirits.
Oh
Like
yeah.
so even y'all masonry is different.
Yeah. See, I don't know too much about the masonry, but I know that even with the loas, you will find certain veves in a veve. It's a certain thing as a sigil for a certain spirit. You may see a Masonic like symbol added to it. And then we also work with Goetian, the Goetian demons. Not everybody does. But just because you work with a Goetian demon, don't make you a voodooizan.
Mm-hmm.
It just I guess you say a part of the culture. But you'll find people that also is very what's that tradition Kabbalah as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's something prevalent there too. So once again, Haitian voodoo is all about being practical because we couldn't make excuses as to why the rent can't be paid and this and that. We don't wait on those certain moon phase to do some work or to ask our spirit to help us. Because once again, that's not practical. You think that if our rent due in 2 weeks, you think that we can wait 3 months for a full moon to do a certain ritual? Hell nah.
Right.
We finna get it done ASAP. So I feel like that's another reason too why our voodoo is so powerful. We needed this to survive versus like people who think it's cool and just want to do love spells all day. No, people like me, this how I make my money.
Mm-hmm.
So just like somebody else who just in it just because they like how the spirits manifest and stuff. Yeah, nah. It's a different ball game.
You talk about well what you can reveal. Can you talk about like selling souls? Like what's that thing about? I know y'all
Oh
got a
yeah.
thing with that.
Okay, so with that, it's pretty simple. Like it's I won't say it's self-explanatory, but long story short, if someone is causing a nuisance in like a community, a lot of times a Bokor once again, we'll like get the person photo, some of their personal belongings, just something that lets that spirit know who it is, and then through like a ritualistic type of thing, we like sell their soul to a certain spirit, and then in return, that spirit does something for us that we ask it for. So like I can sell like a pedophile soul for 50 bands, or I can sell the pedophile soul for a new car, a better paying job, love, whatever I want, basically. So really, it's not a bad thing. It just depends on whose soul you are selling. Cause there's people who will sell a fucking child soul, and then there's people like me. I personally would say, why not sell all these people who we see on the police website and shit for them pedophilia, raping and shit? Why
Yeah.
not sell they sold for some money? You ain't wrong.
And the reason why they would sell a child soul is because it's more youth in it.
I ain't trying to say I've done it, but I know it's with Marinette. She goes after children first. Like she will kill a child before the actual target. Okay, so like how me and Marinette are bonding together. So me personally, I would go after a child too. It's not that I'm sick, but it's just that that's kind of like me and Marinette thing. Because
Mm.
they go back to earlier what I was saying, being married to Marinette, it bonded me to her. So you kind of take on their characteristics as well. So I kind of became her in a sense. So I picked up on some of her personality, her ways, and things like that. But to other people, sending a child soul, they would try to kill me and Haley because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very taboo. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
And that was my next question too. Can you talk about when you working with spirits and how you may take on the characteristics and habits of these spirits and ways to kind of balance it out?
Like, let's take a look at Ogu. Ogu is basically Ogun from Ifa, but in Haiti, he's more militant. He's more aggressive than the Ifa version. But with Ogu, he's known to be a ladies' man, so you may attract women like crazy. You may become very flirtatious. He knows to be an alcoholic and smoker, so you may find yourself smoking more, drinking more, being I won't say a but even if you have a woman, you may want to have the urge to have more than one wife or girlfriend. But some ways that I personally have like had that under control, I would drink water as a way to like calm down that energy.
Mm.
Or what I'll do, I will like wear black or red as a way to like calm down the spirit in my head.
Mm.
But but for other people, they may have to wear white or blue because that's a more calm color for them. It's a lot of ways, but the number one way that I'll say know how to be grounded, like know how to separate yourself from the spirit. That's why it's also another big thing to know whenever a spirit is speaking to you or when you just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people think that they be talking to spirits when they really fucking bipolar, schizophrenic, or something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say make sure that's your mental health good too. The thing is, when it comes to Haitian voodoo, the spirits influence the environment around you. That's how the magic works. Let's say if you want somebody to get into a car wreck, that spirit may cause that person's car to like randomly speed out of nowhere,
Mm.
and then it run a red light and then crash into somebody else. Now like that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But now, expecting somebody to get struck by lightning 16 times, nigga, be for real.
Yeah.
Or like with money magic, how can you expect money to flow into your life if you ain't applying for jobs or if you got a business promoting your own business? It's common sense. You got to give these spirits something to work with.
Yeah, that's one thing I talk about too. You gotta have a stage. You gotta set the stage.
Yeah, like a foundation.
Don't get me wrong. It be sometimes where it's like you work with a spirit and it's like some shit. It seemed like it didn't fell in your lap, but for the most part, you gotta set a stage. If
Hmm.
you gon' light some damn green candles, then okay, apply for some jobs and
Exactly.
put some money oil on and go to a damn job fair. Launch your website with your products on there, so on and so forth.
Exactly. It's much more than basic the spirits doing all the work.
Yeah.
They can do all the work, but it's like, why?
Yeah.
like,
It's not an
like,
equal exchange.
yeah, exactly. It's like you enslaving that spirit.
I noticed with a lot of Haitian voodoo work, y'all do stuff on the floor. Like y'all may have an altar on the floor. So what is the significance of that, or like where does that come from? You could say.
I think that has a lot to do with just the state of Haiti. A lot of Haiti is mountains, the woods, dirt. Like it's very country. Yeah,
Mm.
it's very country and farmland. A lot of Haiti isn't rich or like have a marble floor, these beautiful tiles on the floor, stuff like that. It's very
IKEA's tables and shit. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's very connected to nature. So these spirits work that way too. Like, for example, once again, with Marinette, she's found in the woods in Haiti. So with her altar, you may see somebody basically praying to a tree or something
Mm-hmm.
because she lives in trees. If you give that spirit something that is familiar to its home,
Mm-hmm.
it like brings the best out of them.
Mm. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, like once again with Marinette, you wouldn't have her in some water. Hell nah, she a damn fire spirit. She a
Right.
damn she's a wolf. Like she's a shapeshifter, and shapeshifters are more commonly known to be in the woods or in the sky, not in water.
Because at the end of the day, these altars are like homes for the spirit, somewhat. So
Exactly. Yeah, that's where they live.
you got to make it comfortable for them and what's natural to their
Natural,
symbols and their epithets.
like with Med Kafu, since he's the master of the crossroads, he's found at the crossroads. So what a lot of people, what they would do, they will collect crossroad dirt at midnight because that's his time.
Mm-hmm.
He only comes out at from midnight. Well, technically it's from 6 p.m. until the sunrise. Like he's the man at the crossroads where everybody talk about with hoodoo. That's basically Met Kafu.
Mm.
But from sunrise till about noon, that's Papa Legba. And from noon until 6 p.m., that's Legba Petuo. So even within the crossroads, it gets deep. That's why, once again, there is a spirit for everybody.
Mm-hmm. So I know you do client work, and we're gonna get into that. I notice it be like certain stories, like voodoo stories on YouTube. So can you talk about something crazy that happened from like you doing some work for a client?
Okay, so I had this one client who, of course, came to me for. Actually, it was a very interesting case because her boyfriend had stole her car, but the thing was she had enough insurance on it that actually, if she would have reported it stolen, she would have got less money back. But if the car had wrecked, she would have gotten more back. And so she had asked me, could I make her boyfriend wreck in the car, and then she'll pay me X amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did, and so the car wrecked and everything, and then it's like she went ghost on me. She came texting me one day talking about how Marinette, she literally seen her, and then like she felt her breathing behind her and breathing down her neck, and then she said that she swear she heard her say, "You thought that you can run," and then she said after that she noticed her children kept on getting sick. Like one day they'll have fungal infection in their brain. Next day they'll have a real bad cold, sleep paralysis, car not working, dogs getting sick and dying. Like a whole bunch of shit started happening. But when she finally paid me, it stopped.
Sheesh.
So these spirits are like loan sharks too. So don't promise these spirits something that you can't keep, or don't promise the people who they serve something and then you don't do it because they will you up once again.
She tried to run off on a plug.
And then the plug found her.
I'm sure you got countless of them. Shit.
Yeah, I do. But that was the it wasn't the craziest one, but it was the funniest one because I never had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was the first client ever I had to run off on me, basically. And that's why now I require everybody to pay me the full price up front.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only am I really saving you, I'm saving myself. So then, like, let's say if for some dumb ass reason you try to run off or give me a bad review and say that I scammed you, I can use that same money that you paid me to do voodoo on you.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you paid for your own damn death.
You just mentioned testimonials too. So can you talk about the importance of testimonials when it comes to having a spiritual based business?
That is very important because it's like with any other business. How can somebody really trust you if they don't see no proof that your shit work? Like, would you go to McDonald's if you never heard of anything good about it?
Right.
But if all you see is stuff that you like, and then you ain't seeing nobody getting sick, getting scammed, dying and stuff, you're going to want to fuck with that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with voodoo, hoodoo, E5, palo, leukemia, whatever tradition you in.
So when did you start offering your services, your
Um,
spiritual services?
2021 going into 2022.
Okay.
So for about 2 years or 2.5 years.
And
Yeah, because I was a very trial and error type of spiritualist. Like, I would try everything on myself first, even my black magic stuff, to see does it work.
mm.
And then when I tell you that shit work, I've had my leg literally be paralyzed.
Damn.
I couldn't move it or nothing. In Haiti, that's what Bocors are known for. But instead of trying it out on ourselves, we would try it out on like animal, big, especially like a bull, a cow, a pig, because they are more stronger than us. So if that knocks down or kill that animal fast, imagine what it's gonna do to a skinny ass human being.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't recommend anybody else doing trial and error because I ain't being funny. You may not live. You may insecure your own self.
What are some things you've noticed when it comes to offering your spiritual services that you could say to other people before they start offering theirs?
I would always say don't expect to always have clients. Like, you will have your highs and your lows, like with any other business, any other job. But you should notice that you do have your most clients, of course, around tax season.
Mm-hmm.
But your lowest point is going to be around the holidays, actually, like around Thanksgiving, Christmas. But it'll pick right back up around tax season. But the summer, that's when it's the most destructive time. Like, that's when a lot of black magic gets thrown around. And then really when it's like busy, but it's a lot more with like the love work and the cooler type of work. I'll say around fall and winter because everybody trying to be laid up with a damn girl or whatever.
Laid
So
up with a BBW during the winter and
exactly. So every season got like a certain type of working or like a certain level of busyness to it.
mm.
And that's why even as a voodoo was on my own, I always recommend people save up money. Don't be splurging just because you made 5,000 in an hour. Nigga, no. Save at least 1,000 of that for rainy days because you never know what's gonna happen. Because it's been times to where I went to 5 months without a client, but I've had money saved up, so it didn't affect me.
Yeah, so you're not panicking.
Exactly. But it will be times, I don't care what nobody say, it will be times to where these spirits will make you work a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't be, of course, for like 10 years or nothing.
Right.
But I've noticed, like with me, I work on 9 to 5 and then have my business. But I've noticed the spirits manifest themselves a lot more at my job. So it's like maybe that's another way that the spirit want to communicate with you is through other people. But how can you do that if you never actually going out in the world? You just
Yeah.
doing this at home.
Yeah, because money and relationships with people go hand in hand. A lot of
Exactly.
people don't want to accept that,
Mhm.
but it is what it is.
And then with a lot of these spirits will make your business pop out. You can be at a whole voodoo fair type,
Hmm.
but your booth will somehow stand out for some reason.
Yeah.
And of these spirits, they make you stand out and shine different. Even on Facebook, people have told me just by them looking at my page, they get a certain type of vibe from it, and they say it feels very scary at first, but when they like adjust to it, it's just a very protective, like a big brother or a father type of protection energy. And another thing I noticed with myself personally, I've never had a male client ever. It's only been females for the past 2.5 years.
Wow.
Some reason I don't know. I don't know whether it's because males think that they can handle everything on their own. Once again, with their pride and ego, or what. But it's always females. But I think that also has a lot to do with a lot of female spirits love me compared to the male spirits. So of course, a female spirit is going to be more willing to help out a female than a male.
Yeah, same here. I got a lot of female spirits in my court, so
I feel like female spirits are more, I won't say powerful, but they are more helpful than a male spirit. Because a male spirit just going to be there to like fuck shit up.
mm.
But a female, she can heal you, protect you, bring in money, give you good ass advice and shit like that. Females are more well rounded, like on, yeah, like on spiritually. Let me say that because the actual females in today's generation, nah.
How you feel about that P Diddy back tattoo, bro?
Oh man, everybody been asking me about that.
like what's up with that, man?
Long story short, he getting everything he deserved because that's the same image for Ursula Dantor, and she is said to be the mother of Haiti or the mother of the Petuo division of Haitian Voodoo. And like I always said, the Petuo, that's the more hot, aggressive, demonic spirit. So when you tattooing the mother of all these hot ass spirits on you, and then you doing the exact opposite of what she stands for,
Mm.
you're gonna pay for it because she is a protector of women and children. And of course, what is Diddy as was doing, harming women and children. So he paying for it. Speaking of her, she's another very common spirit that a lot of people serve.
If you think of Haitian voodoo, you gonna think of that image because of
Exactly.
her holding that baby.
Exactly. She's like the poster spirit for Haitian voodoo.
Man, yeah, perfect word. Poster, yeah.
And don't get
Poster
me wrong,
spirits.
once again, and then don't get me wrong, once again, she's a powerful ass spirit.
All right, man, we just talked about a lot. I feel like a lot of what you just said need to be talked about when it comes to the Haitian voodoo, and it's a different perspective coming from your generation as well. Can you let the people know what services you offer and where they can book you for these things at? Of course, these will all be in the description below.
Okay, yeah. Well, the type of services that I offer is, of course, black magic, protection work, cleansings, roll openers. Pretty soon, I'm going to be offering court cases as well. But as of right now, I just offer black magic, cleansings, roll openers, protection, things like that. And then like y'all can book me either Facebook or Instagram. It's the same name. Gwo Bout Djab, GWO BOUT TON Job DJAB.
Check out his testimonials if you think this all talk. No. Well, yeah, man, I appreciate you for being on the channel. This is Damon Chambers of firstbornart.com. If you like this video, be sure to check out the podcast tab on my YouTube channel. Click on Artists in the Depths podcast to get more value for all my artists, my spiritualists, creative entrepreneurs. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Peace.